search through several thousand videos, and eventually you will find it.
Yeah, just watch all of them, and you'll come across it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister, my auntie, was not a very good student.
As for why people consume the news, there are a few topics of conversation that I sometimes get into arguments at like dinners with friends or acquaintances and things, and one of them is this thing about how I don't really follow the news and paying attention to what are you actually reading and watching and how much of this stuff is going to matter at some arbitrary point in the future. It's very low, and so I don't think that it is actually necessarily.
People who are going up from the Nepal side and some other people who are going up from the China, Tibet side. It's really worth listening to.
3 days to not be available because I need to go do a thing on the internet. So just make sure that all of these cables any company can use and figure out a way to make sure that works for everybody. If you don't have that, you can't start up a competitive internet service provider. Because you have call me when you've dug the roads to every.
You don't have that kind of onion. Forget all that bullshit and nonsense. You're an adult and you need to not be weighed down with the problems that normal people have. That's where Blue Apron comes in, all right? For less than $10 a meal, Blue Apron sends you.
Come to your house. They don't.
You would still have phones in 1984.
Yes, which they used, but the concept, I feel like, of video phones, people would have been like, no way.
But why not just go the concept of video and
cryptic answer? You will meet with him again. You will. You were brothers in another life. This is not helpful at all. This is and it's an amazing scene, actually.
Well, it's also so are we setting up that he doesn't believe
you didn't. It was a surprise to you. You're like, we're still cool.
Yeah. She's like, nope, I'm done. I don't really need to talk to you ever again. Message received. That message was very direct.
Okay.
But then there were other people that I retained friendships with, and then it gradually just drifted away, And then I got.
At least he used a stick, but he was on the wrong.
Person hears a stick rattle to the floor, confident in the knowledge that the worm has worked its way out of their body. I will never have a day that is as cool as that day, because that day is probably the happiest anybody could ever be.
I mean, I gave birth to our child.
Nobody on earth could know the extreme thrill of having a worm come out of you for good.
That's probably true. That's probably fair.
Exactly true.
You isn't moving, but your body can sense that you're moving up and down, and at the same time, your whole balance system is trying to move your legs around in subtle little ways to keep you standing still, and all that input is conflicting, and so you puke. And the same thing can happen if you're sitting in the back of a car and trying to look at different things, or in an airplane.
It's interesting. This motion sickness has been a real hot topic in video games field I work in, and there's the way that they lock it in place.
But here's the problem. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
Well, couldn't you lock it in place at the end? We're pulling in.
Stopped doing it because it wasn't part of the rules of the show. But you find that when you are very sparing, or at least what we did when we were with the show, is that when you're very sparing with what people actually do. And is there anything to that?
Man, for me, it was a crazy time. I mean, you're looking at a young kid from Chicago, poor family, 6 brothers.
The role of Aaron, the Apple employee, the actor D.C. Pearson.
D.C. Pearson, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, man.
Some have called it the most expensive film ever made on a cost-per-minute basis. And it was one of the earliest 4-dimensional films that utilized in-theater butt pinches and sprays and stuff like that. Ah, well, there goes my dramatic intro. It has interactive theater.
First, you might want to get yourself a good meatball hero sandwich or a bowl of pasta. Because we ease into this interview. Johnny Williams is a wonderful guy, and he used to own a deli, so we talk about food a lot up front and at the end. And just listening to him say it, my mouth is watering, and I want to get a meatball sandwich right now. Do yourself a favor.
No, that's not what that
Go over
means.
to a fine mom and pop.
Who is this guy?
Ending in the second one is